after that, we are discussing our next and second thing, that is a gamete transfer. You know very well that gamete are formed by the process is called as a meiosis. Now, whenever the meiosis it complete, then now it is very much more required that how the gamete are transfer. Because if gametes are not able to transfer, then how the fertilization process is taking place. So that's why it is very important to transfer the gametes from one place to another place. Okay. So in the case of gamete transfer, the first thing, that male gamete, generally if I'm talking about the male gamete, then male gamete are motile. Whereas if I'm talking about the female gamete, then female gamete are non-motile. My dear friends, generally what is happening here, that if I'm talking about the male gametes, as I'm talking about the sperm cell, which is the main gamete of the human being, then sperm cell have capability to reach out from the egg cell. So that is the power of the sperm cell. So that's why we have said that male gametes are motile here. They can able to move from one place to the another place. Whereas if I'm talking about the female gametes, then the female gamete isn't have the capability to motility. So that is another thing which is about the female gametes. But if I'm talking about the plants, then in the case of algae, in the case of bryophytes, and also in the case of pteridophytes, the water is important for transfer the gametes. So the next point is in algae, bryophyta, and in pteridophytes, water is important for transfer the gamete. Water is important. Water is important for gamete transfer. So that is an important thing. So that's why I think everybody know about that bryophytes is called as an amphibian of plant kingdom. Amphibian of plant kingdom. The bryophytes is also called as an amphibian of plant kingdom, which is a very important thing. And we already discussed this thing when we are in class 11th. So in class 11th, the plant kingdom chapter, we know that bryophytes is called as an amphibian of plant kingdom. Now, my dear friends, what about the next? The next thing is a common process which is present in the case of the flower. That process is called as a pollination. It is also important in the case of gamete transfer. So pollination process. And you know about the pollination. What is the pollination? The transfer of gametes. Transfer of pollen grain from anther to stigma. This process is called as a pollination. We know about the pollination and we further discuss about the pollination because one chapter, that is the reproduction in flowering plants, is basically present in class 12th. So we are discussing this thing in detail when we are discussing then what is the pollination, because there are different type of pollination are present in the case of plant, either the self-pollination, either the cross-pollination, so different type of things. So first of all, we know that what is the gamete transfer. In today's lecture, we are discussing that why the gametes are important, how we can transfer the gametes, and what is the basically important for the gamete transfer. What is the basic importance of the gamete transfer? So my dear friends, these are the first step, that is the transfer of gametes. Now it is everybody know about that how the gametes are produced. Gametes are produced because of meiosis, and you know that meiosis is called as a reductional division. The one meiosis process, 4 cells are developed, and these 4 cells have half number of chromosomes. That process is called as a meiosis. So remember one thing, that if I am producing the gametes, then meiosis is there. Then remember one thing also, that meiosis is present in the meiocyte, that cell which is able to going through with the meiosis process. So gamete formation, meiosis is there. Okay, fine. Okay, so thank you so much. Thank you. So hello my dear friends, how are you? So welcome in the My Dream platform. So my dear friends, in today's lecture, we are discussing our final thing, that what is the reproduction. So the final stage of reproduction. So before I am talking about the reproduction further, we are discussing that what is the reproduction. That we know that each and every organism have capability to reproduce itself. That process is called as a reproduction. The second thing is there are different type of reproduction. You everybody know about that. That first type of reproduction is called as a asexual reproduction. Second type of reproduction is called as a sexual reproduction, and third type of reproduction is called as a vegetative reproduction. So we know about the vegetative reproduction. We know that vegetative reproduction is some kind of reproduction which is present in the case of plant. You know about the explant. You know about the totipotency. So these are the two different things. The next thing is, if I'm talking about, then the second thing is called as a asexual kind of reproduction. Remember fragmentation. Remember conidia. Remember sporangia. You just remember each and everything, like the budding, like the fission. We know everything. So that is called as a asexual kind of reproduction. And what is the next? The next one is, that is a sexual type of reproduction, the third one. So in the case of sexual kind of reproduction, we are say that this type of reproduction produce the variation because meiosis is there. In class 11th, the chapter name is cell cycle and cell division. The chapter numbering is chapter number 10. There we are just understand, we are also studied that meiosis is present in the sexual cells. Clear? So finally, in the previous lecture, we formed the gametes, we transferred the gametes, and now the next thing, the second thing, that is a fertilization process. The next concept is, that is fertilization. My dear friends, fertilization is also called as a syngamy, and it is generally known as a fusion of gametes. So the first point, it is also known as syngamy, and fertilization is fusion of gametes. The fusion of gametes. When we have fused two kind of gametes, then the process is called as a fertilization. So remember that. So what is there? That if we have a one kind of cell, that is the N cell, another kind of cell, that is also the N cell. You know what about the N? If I'm talking about the human being, then this is the 23 and 23. These two type of cell is called as the gametes. You know about the gametes because half number of chromosome is there. So this type of cell is basically the male cell. Might be. This one is the female. The formula of male is this one and the female is this one. Okay, the symbol. So these are the two. These are the gametes. What about the next? When these two type of gametes are fused together, that process is known as a fertilization. Then the process is known as a fertilization. And what about that after fertilization, this N and N form the 2N cell. It means that will contain the 46 number of chromosome. This is the first thing. So this process is called as a fertilization process. So fertilization means that is a fusion of gametes. These are the two gametes. They are fused together and the fusion of gametes is called as a fertilization. So this is the 2N. Got it? And this 2N is called as a zygote. This is the first process is called as a fertilization. My dear friends, sometimes the students ask me that what is a syngamy basically? The syngamy is a kind of process in which the complete fusion of cytoplasm and the complete fusion of nucleus as well. So it means, what is a syngamy? the fusion of cell. The fusion of cells. It means when the two cells are fused together, that process is known as the syngamy. So what about the fertilization? Fertilization is also called as a syngamy process. The fertilization is a process where the fusion of gametes taking place. What about the fusion of gametes? Fusion of gametes means there are two gametes which are fused together, and when these two gametes are fused together, that process is called as a fertilization. So in the case of fertilization, there are two types of gametes. The first one is the male gametes, the another one is the female gametes. Male gametes have the half number of chromosome 23. Female gametes also have the half number of chromosome 23. These 23 and 23 cells, when fused together, then this process is called as a fertilization and form a 2n cell. This 2n cell is called as a zygote. So this is the first thing, which is about the fertilization. Clear? 100%. No doubt is there. Fine. The next thing. My dear friends, there might be the fertilization is further of two types. The first type of fertilization, which is called as a internal fertilization. Internal means the fusion of gametes is occur inside the female body. That is called as an internal fertilization. On the another hand, if we are just discussing what is the external fertilization, then external fertilization is fusion of gametes outside the body or outside the female organism. So these two type of fertilization is. So first type of fertilization we are talking about, that it is type of fertilization. And these two type of fertilization is, the first one is, that is internal fertilization. And the second one is, which is called as a external fertilization. What about the internal fertilization? In the case of internal fertilization, the fusion of gametes inside the female body, or we can say the inside the organism, inside the female body. But here, fusion of gametes outside the female body. My dear friends, if I am talking about the internal fertilization now, then the less amount of gametes are produced, but male gametes might be more. Okay. So in the case of internal fertilization, we are saying the one more thing, that is less gametes form, but one more thing, that is amount of male gametes must be high. Male gametes number high. But if I am talking about the external kind of fertilization, then in the case of external kind of fertilization, the number of gametes is more than as compared to the internal fertilization. So in external fertilization, number of gametes are more. So these are the two types of fertilization. Remember one thing, if I'm talking about the internal kind of fertilization, then internal type of fertilization is basically common in the human being or mostly in animals. So example, you are saying that about the example, that is a human being and animals, mammals. But if I'm talking about the external kind of fertilization, then this type of fertilization is present in the amphibian and the bony fishes. Amphibian and the bony fishes. Got it? So this is the first thing where we talking about. Then what is the fertilization? So we know about the fertilization. We know that fertilization is a fusion of gametes. First one. The second thing is, because of the fertilization, there are two types of fertilization. The first one is internal. The second one is external. Internal fertilization is present inside the female body, and external fertilization is outside the female body. Okay, fine. The basic thing is about the example. Got it? Clear? Finally? Okay. Please write it down. So what about the next? My dear friends, there are some example where sometime for the organism production, the fertilization process isn't be required, isn't necessary. So that type of fertilization, that type of process is called as a parthenogenesis, a different term that is a parthenogenesis. The another thing is that is a parthenocarpy. We are using parthenogenesis without fertilization when we are discussing about the animals, for animals, and parthenocarpy using the term for plants. Got it? And these two type of fertilization, these two type of thing is without fertilization. Without fertilization. So this is the first one. So let me discuss about the parthenogenesis. That what is the parthenogenesis? My dear friends, if I'm talking about the parthenogenesis, then this type of reproduction is basically, this type of development we can say basically present in the case of the honeybee. So basic example is, that is honeybee. Honeybees. So what is the example here? My dear friends, we know that there might be a male is present there, male, which is also called as a male drone. Male drone. And one female is present there, which is known as a queen. Queen. So first of all, male have the 16 number of chromosome, whereas female have the, or queen have the 32 number of chromosome. That is different now. But in the, if I am talking about the human being, we have the 46 number of chromosome. The girl also have the 46 number of chromosome. My sperm cell also have the 23 number of chromosome, and my partner chromosome number in its egg cell, it's also contains the 23 number of chromosome. But if I am talking about the honeybee, then it is different. That in the case of male drone, there are 16 number of chromosome. In the case of queen, there are the 32 number of chromosome. Remember what I told you? I told you that meiosis is present for the gamete formation, but this is the exception case. This is the exception case. Here for the gamete formation, we are also done the mitotic process. So that's why this is the first one. This 16 cell divided into 16 and 16. The division in which the number of chromosomes in daughter cell is equal to its parent cell. The process is called as mitosis. What about the queen? The queen cell is further divided into 1. The first one is 16. The another one is 16. The division in which the number of chromosomes in a daughter cell is half from its parent cell. This process is called as a meiosis. So mitosis and meiosis, both processes are considered here. Now this 16 and this 16, they are fused together and form the 32. This 32 is either the worker female bees. But these 32 is also from the queen. But if I am talking about these 16, what about the male drone? Male drone is not present there. So if I am talking about this gamete, then this gamete is without fertilization. This gametes produce the male drone, and the process is called as a parthenogenesis. So because of the parthenogenesis process, this 16 form the male drone. So easy. So what is this? We know that fertilization is important for development of new organism, but there are some kind of exception cases. Are there that in that kind of exception cases, the fertilization process isn't taking place. So without the fertilization process, a special kind of process is there. That process is called as a parthenogenesis. There are some examples in the case of plant. that is I am talking about the banana, then there also be a thing is there that without any kind of fertilization process, the banana plant produce. So without any kind of fertilization, but in the case of plant, we are consider the term is called as a parthenocarpy. But in the case of animal, we are consider the term is called as a parthenogenesis. Because in the case of parthenocarpy, we are discussing the three different things. The first one is apicarp, endocarp, and mesocarp. So the carp term is basically used for the plant cell. So that's why in the case of plant cell, it is called as a parthenocarpy, whereas in the animal cell, it is also known as a parthenogenesis. So these are the two different things, the plant cell and the animal cell. Got it? Clear? 100%? Fine. The next thing, my dear friends, if I'm talking about this one, then this is basically a kind of exception case. This is the haploid diploid sex determination. Then one cell is basically haploid, half number of chromosome, whereas the other cell contain the 2n number of diploid set of chromosome. So in diploid cell, meiosis is taking place. In haploid cell, mitosis is taking place. Remember, that is the exception case. Okay. So 16 divided into 16 because mitosis is there. 32 divided into 16 because meiosis is there. Half. This 16 fused together and form the worker bee or queen bee. Got it? The another one is, what about this 16? We are not considered this 16 because this 16 or this gamete is formed by the male. And the male drone isn't capable to develop a new organism. The capability to develop a new organism is basically present in the case of queen, this 16 gamete. And when this gamete undergo the process, that process is called as a parthenogenesis, then there should be a development of the male gamete. So this is the basically another kind of thing which is too much important, which is important in the case of NEET and in the case of other competitive exam, as well as for the case of class 12th board examination. So remember this thing. Got it? Please write it down. So the next point is, that is the post-fertilization events or the post-fertilization phase, after fertilization. So this is the post-fertilization phase. My dear friends, in the case of post-fertilization, you know that zygote was formed. And in zygote, the random kind of division, which is called as a mitosis, is taking place. And from zygote, embryo will be formed. So zygote form into embryo. And what about the process? The process is known as a mitosis is taking place. मतलब equational division. So my dear friends, but one more thing which is important, that the formation of zygote maybe depend on the something that the next point, that is formation, or we can say the development. The right term is that is a development of zygote depends upon the development of zygote depends upon two different things. The first one is that is an environmental factor, and the second one is that is a type of life cycle of the organism. And we know that what is the final thing? That zygote develop into embryo. So this is the third process. So remember one thing, that in that case, when the zygote is formed, when the half cell fuse together, then it form the full cell, and the full cell is called as the zygote. This zygote contain the 2n number of chromosome. It means the diploid cell. So if I'm talking about the diploid cell, then diploid cell contain the 46 number of chromosome. What about this cell? This is the one cell now, but we are the multicellular. if I am the multicellular, then the random kind of division is necessary there, and that random kind of division is called as a mitosis. So when zygote is there, the random kind of division, that is a mitosis, occur in it, and after mitosis, this cell is form a bulk of cells, and these bulk of cells is called as a embryo. These bulk of cells is called as a embryo. Formation is called as a embryogenesis. We further discuss about that. So this is the first thing. This is the first thing, that after the zygote formation, embryo formation will taking place. Got it? Clear? 100%? Okay. Write it down, please.